Yeah, the news comes up next. Real. Thanks for taking us closer to the morning news. Just before we cross over to the morning news, we got some bits of information to tell you. We're going to start off like this.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Can you get me some Lotto?
Oh, my favorite.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
I got a top-up flow and digital.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Some people spend their money on expensive applications, but I prefer a tropical flair that suits my satisfaction. To say girls love luxury is so obsolete. Women really love a cozy home. Caribbean lifestyle. Draped in linen kind of home, colors, fabrics, and rhinestones. What a combination. Caribbean lifestyle. Flowers, prints that wow the eye. Readily available at Caribbean Lifestyles. Durable, comfortable, at prices incomparable. Women really love a cozy home. At Caribbean Lifestyles, multi-drapes, chair covers, curtains, bedwear, rugs, and vase with different shapes. Come to Caribbean Lifestyles, upstairs LA Dupini Fabric Store, where quality is affordable. Caribbean Lifestyles.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the government of Dominica introduces a new minimum wage due to take effect on December 1, 2025. Other news this morning: we can tell you that the Dominica Youth Business Trust will be restructured in 2026. Tourism Minister Denise Charles Pemberton announces that Carnival City will return to Windsor Park Stadium for Mass Dominic 2026. The new Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Godwin Friday, has been sworn into office. And in the morning sports report, 17-year-old Diamond Daniel is set to create history as the youngest captain of the senior women's national football team as the national women's football team begins World Cup campaign. Details of the morning news right after this.
DBS Radio on the go. www.dbcradio.net. Click the play button at the top and you're good to go with the nation station, DBS Radio.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here is our lead story. The government of Dominica has announced a new minimum wage due to take effect on December 1, 2025. Dominica's last minimum wage was reviewed in 2021. The new minimum wage will see workers and laborers in the agricultural sector receiving $9.75 an hour from $7.50 in 2021. Daily paid workers, factory, tourism, and manufacturing will now receive $9 an hour from $7.50 an hour. Cashiers, receptionists are now entitled to $9.42 from $7.25 an hour. Salesperson, cashiers will see a new increase. That's $9.42 from $7.25. The new minimum wage for security guards is $9.60 from $8. For vehicle drivers, messengers, the new minimum wage is $9, that's from $7.50. For bartenders, the new minimum wage is $9 from $7.24. The full class of workers and their new wage can be viewed on the DBS Facebook page. The Ministry of Finance says the updated rates are intended to ensure a more equitable wage structure, strengthen household incomes, and enhance social protection, especially for low-income workers. The government of Dominica reiterates its commitment to ensuring that all workers operate within a labor market environment which supports their well-being and long-term economic security. And as we told you, the full information is on the DBS Facebook page. You want to see the new wage structure, and of course you can view the DBS Facebook page. Other news this morning: the Dominica Youth Business Trust will be restructured in 2026. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit told the 21st graduation and awards ceremony of the Dominica Youth Business Trust at the State House Conference Center on Friday that the time has come to expand the organization and to ensure it provides greater benefits for the youth.
In my view, I believe that the time has come after 21 years for there to be some introspection done, some review done of the DYBT, and to see whether the DYBT as it currently stands is fit for purpose. Does it need some modifications? Do we need to have some surgeries done to it so that we can put it in to be more responsive to the needs of the young people, recognizing that inflation has added to the cost of some things, and whether the amount should not be increased more than the $20,000. I believe that it should be increased maybe to no less than $40,000 per applicant, so that people can have the full amount you need to start your small business, rather than we giving you half or a third of it and you cannot enter the business. And some of the things I'll be proposing in the new year for the restructuring of the YBT is that there will be the review of the Board of Trustees to allow the board to have greater flexibility and also greater authority. We'll also be upgrading the position of coordinator to that of Chief Executive Officer, and to upgrade the staff and to bring the staff to a higher level, because they're in fact performing at a higher level. And then we need to ensure that the positions and the remuneration are commensurate with the functions and responsibilities that they're doing.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. He says young people will find it easier to borrow to undertake their business ventures.
I don't agree with the 6 and 7, 8 and 9%. I think it's too high, especially for startup businesses. And therefore, we will engage those existing financial institutions, and whether they want to have a different relationship with the DYBT so that the interest rate can be no more than 3%. I can say the aid bank is wholly owned by the government of Dominica, and I can direct the aid bank with our special provisional funds to them, that we can get the interest rate down to 3%. So certainly at the aid bank, I can say now that come next year, the interest rate will be no more than 3% for those borrowing from the aid bank. And I also think too that there are young people who have gone through the program successfully. That is to say, you have graduated, but sometimes your business plan does not meet with favor from the financial institutions. I don't believe that is motivational in this time. I believe that if it doesn't meet the requirements, I think we should be in a position to help you to modify your business plan so that you get approval from the financial institution. So there's going to be a dramatic change in respect to how we treat with your business plans in terms of providing you with the funding that you need to ensure that we can give you the trust and confidence that you require. So in 2026, you're going to have a fresh new start, which means that the government will pay off. As I understand it, you have about $500,000 that are currently guaranteed by the government. We will clear the debt of everybody who owes that $500,000, and to start on a fresh position with a new look DYBT.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Meanwhile, the 2025 DYBT Business Innovation Award has gone to Rene Rock Christopher. The award was presented at the DYBT graduation and awards ceremony.
And to announce the overall winner of our BPIA competition with 231 points, we have Ms. Rene Rock Christopher of Cairo Concession. Carol Concessions and Treat is a mobile snack and entertainment business offering cotton candy, popcorn, snow cones, and creative face painting for children's events. The business brings joy to birthdays, festivals, school activities, and community gatherings, delivering fun, safe, and affordable entertainment for families across Dominica. Congratulations to all the winners and participants of the BPIA. On behalf of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, we encourage each entrepreneur to remain committed to your dream, continue striving, innovating, and working towards your goal.
So Rennie Rock Christopher, the winner of the DYBT Business Plan Innovation Award. In second place, Leon Robin, the owner of Simply the Best Enterprise. In third place, Aliana Birmingham of Stuff Cups. And in fourth place, Joni Joseph, the owner of Touch by Joe. Minister responsible for tourism, Denise Charles Pemberton, has announced that Carnival City will return to Windsor Park Stadium for Mass Dominic 2026. The event, which was launched last night, gets underway on January 10, 2026, with the opening parade. The tourism minister said the economic impact of the World Creole Music Festival and Carnival this year has been significant.
So far for 2025, Carnival and World Creole Music Festival together have pumped an estimated 69.6 million into our economy, supporting thousands of jobs, expanding business activity, and ensuring meaningful income flows across the country. When our culture moves, Dominica moves. When our creatives thrive, our people thrive. As we look toward Dominica Carnival 2026, expect bigger, better, and bolder. We are placing special focus on traditional mass for the opening of Carnival and the National Parade. Carnival City returns to Windsor Park Sports Stadium to offer a safe, comfortable, and central space for both performers and spectators. Rosa will come alive with chill zones, entertainment pockets, food, craft, culture, and music. Sunrise will continue to champion Buyo, loud, proud, and unmistakably Dominican. And with a full calendar of fringe events and village mass, the party simply never stops. One thing you need for Dominica Carnival is energy. From sunrise to sundown is pure Siwo.
And that's the minister responsible for tourism, Denise Charles Pemberton. She says, Discover Dominica Authority recognizes two Dominicans who've been stalwarts of Carnival over many years.
Tonight, we honor the people who make Carnival extraordinary. For the 2025 season, we pay tribute to the late Crazy T. Bellot. For Carnival 2026, we honor a man whose commitment spans more than 50 years, Danley Guy. From costume building to parade organization to sheer craftsmanship and leadership, Danley has shaped the very festival we celebrate today. His hands carried this culture long before many of us even touched the road. This evening, we applaud him as Mass Dominic 2026 Personality of the Year.
A minister responsible for tourism, Denise Charles Pemberton. Let's remind you, the 10th of January 2026, that will mark the opening of the Carnival celebration. And of course, as you heard from the minister, Carnival City returns to Windsor Park Stadium. Housing relief is underway for residents of Dubic and Granby who were displaced by Tropical Storm Erica in 2015 and Hurricane Maria in 2017. 98 homes are nearing completion at Center in Granby. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt led a delegation to the Center Housing Development this week.
So we do have 98 houses here. Some of them will be assigned to the residents of Granby, so it's not only Dubik. About 26 or so will be assigned to Granby itself. In addition to that, we have fire service building to house the fire servicemen. It's a completely new building next to the police station. The police station was also refurbished as well. And we're also building a community center. At the bottom of the community center, you have a hurricane shelter. Because all of his homes are built with resilience in mind, the impact of natural disasters. But it will also serve the residents of Granby because this is all part of the Granby community. In addition to that, we have a church. We had given some lands to a pastor to have a church here, and of course that was impacted by the project. And so we took that into consideration and we gave him a generous gift of constructing a church for the pastor. Of course, the infrastructure, the roads, you realize that you're not seeing any poles standing because all of his conduits and so on the ground and part of the resilience efforts towards minimizing the impact after a natural disaster, that electricity can continue to be mobilized because you have no, once you put the generator in, then you're okay. We've had to do a number of things there. So this is a major project.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt. Meanwhile, the acting Minister for Housing, Fenella Wenham-Shepherd, says government has invested significantly in the center housing development.
In terms of the housing component itself, over $75 million have already been spent in the development of the center area. We're not speaking to the roads and the other infrastructural developments that are coming, such as the fire station, the business center, their community center, and hurricane shelter as well. So it gives you an indication on how much the government focuses on just helping the dignity of the people. We know that residents from Granby will benefit as well as the Dubik community. We know of some of the history of the Dubik area, and what we believe this will do for our people is definitely to give them that sense of pride and dignity. And we cannot not repeat the benefits that having a home will provide. It is now opportunity for investment in improvements in terms of your own homes and your livelihoods. That money that you're going to save, it can now be focused into other areas of development. That is very critical. You can now focus more easily on sending the children to school.
And that's the acting Minister for Housing, Fenella Wenham-Shepherd. The new Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Godwin Friday, has been sworn into office. Dr. Friday told the swearing-in ceremony yesterday afternoon that all Vincentians need to be part of the process of building a new St. Vincent. He said the task ahead will not be for government ministers only, and he urged the people to make suggestions and be active participants of the process. He thanked the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for their overwhelming show of support at the polls. The Dr. Godwin Friday New Democratic Party secured a massive 14-1 victory at the polls, leaving only Unity Labour Party leader, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, as the only successful candidate for the Unity Labour Party. Dr. Friday said his cabinet will be revealed on Monday. It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Let's take a look at the headlines of the news. Once again, the government of Dominica introduces a new minimum wage due to take effect on the 1st of December this year. The Dominica Youth Business Trust to be restructured in 2026. Tourism Minister Denise Charles Pemberton announces that Carnival City will return to Windsor Park Stadium for Mass Dominic 2025. And you heard the news. The new Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Godwin Friday, is taking the oath as new Prime Minister. That's news. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with football news. 17-year-old Diamond Daniel is set to create history as the youngest captain of the senior women's national football team. The young goalkeeper is set to lead Dominica into battle today when Dominica opens up its campaign in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers against Jamaica in St. Lucia. Dominica will play Jamaica at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
I believe the girls are feeling confident and they're feeling strong. I believe that even though we're going to face a quote-unquote predominantly stronger team, that we are going to fight and do it our best and put everything out on the field. I think during training, the girls have worked hard and they have given it their all. So hopefully we're able to display that on the game on Saturday.
All right. And what do you think are the strongest suits for our team? You know, I witnessed some training over the past few weeks. Where do you think we stand out as Team Dominica?
I think that we have a pretty solid defense and our communication is most of the time very in tune. And I just feel like we have this spirit. We are fighting for one another. We're fighting for the country. And I think that's what's going to give us the extra push.
And it just occurred to us that you are the youngest captain of the senior women's team ever. That is a big feat. That is huge responsibility. Tell us how that makes you feel.
I'm proud and I'm honored because it shows that all the work that I'm putting in is being noticed. And honestly, to lead my team, to captain the senior team, honestly, it's a dream that I wasn't part of my 2025, but I'm so happy that it has happened.
And that's the captain of the national women's football team, Diamond Daniel, speaking to Sheena Harry. We will all be looking for the game today. Dominica in a World Cup qualifier against Jamaica in St. Lucia. The game is at 3 o'clock. A sport in the 2026 DFA Premier League is on the line tonight as Connect 767 Courts Ready Cash is Central will meet Bathurst State in the playoff match at the DFA Technical Center. Bathurst State missed out on an opportunity to qualify directly for the Premier League when they lost to the mighty Avengers a few weekends ago in the finals of the DFA Division 1 League. They will face East Central, who finished in 9th place in the last Premier League. The winner will join the other 9 teams in the Premier League for 2026, while the losing team will be relegated to Division 1 League. Bathurst State head coach Michael Joseph says this will be the biggest game of the season for his club.
Yes, Gavin, definitely a massive game for both clubs. We are getting a second opportunity, as you said, to get promoted. We were relegated last year, and the goal has always been to return to the Premier League as soon as possible, and we are looking to do that this year. So the game tomorrow gives us that opportunity that if we defeat East Central, then we get promoted. Yeah, we mentioned the suspended players. We have a club, so we have a squad. We have to make do without the starter, but we feel capable that we can do it tomorrow against East Central.
And that's the Bathurst State head coach Michael Joseph. Meanwhile, East Central head coach Stanton Serafin says the club is aware of the magnitude of the matchup.
Yeah, well, Gavin, preparations have been going quite well. We have had a very focused week of training where the players understood the importance of this playoff match. Finishing ninth definitely wasn't where we wanted to be, at the end of the season. However, the group has responded positively, There's been a good energy, a high level of commitment and a real sense of responsibility from everyone, We know Bavizet FC had a good season, finishing second in the first division. However, at the same time, we are confident in our process and the abilities of our players. And therefore, we believe this game provides an excellent opportunity for us to showcase our talent, to show our character, to correct the mistakes of the season, and to fight for our place in the Premier League. And therefore, the message to our team remains simple, let's remain disciplined, let's stick to our plan, and let's compete for every moment of the game, and we are confident if we can do that, we'll give ourselves an excellent opportunity of securing Premier League football for next season.
And that's the East Central head coach, Stanton Seraphine. Some basketball news. A champion could be crowned tonight as the DABA gets set for Game 4 of its 5-match series between the Peebush Eagles and BAA Sharks. The Eagles are leading that series by 2-1, having taken Game 2 and Game 3. They can close out the series and seal the title with a win tonight. That game gets underway at 9 o'clock at the Massac Indoor Facility. Some cricket news. 2 teams will be looking to secure their spots in the finals of the Central Cooperative Credit Union Dominica Cricket Association Intermediate League. A semi-finals action will get underway this morning at Botanic Gardens. The Kalinago Blasters will meet the Reuben Bakery Christians in the first semi-final this morning at the Botanic Gardens. The second semi-final tomorrow will feature the Police Sports Club and the Starlights Cricket Club. It's also championship weekend on the regional scene as Barbados will take on Trinidad and Tobago to decide the 2025 Cricket West Indies Regional Super 50 Overs Championship. That game will get underway at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Also, the West Indies under-19 team will be hoping to take an unbeatable lead in their 7-match Youth One-Day Series with England as the two sides meet in the 6th one-day this morning in Grenada. The West Indies are leading the series by 3-2. Let's turn the focus now to Domino's. The Julius Timothy Independence Domino League could see a champion being crowned this weekend. Here is the league coordinator, Delvin Esprit, who says the undefeated Brigadier Stars of Peebush could be crowned champions if they win their games this weekend.
What a big weekend it will be, as the champion could be crowned in the Julius Timothy Domino League. On Friday, NATO Full Effects will play Tassie Stars in River Civic. Saturday, Wake Up Stars meet Roadblock in Thibault. Badside play non-players in Maho. Warriors travel to Peebush to play Massey Square. Falcons meet Roadside in Woodfordale. NATO Full Effects travel to Granby to play Isaac Brutal Forces. Itassi Stars play West Coast Creighton and Jerry Agent Violence in Monwatchet. And the unbeaten Brigadier Stars from Peebush will play Babdad in Peebush. And on Sunday, Babdad play Massey Square in Peebush. Wake Up Stars meet Rosima White City in Portsmouth. Warriors play Itassi Stars in Vickers. Falcons travel to River Street to play NATO Full Effects. Isaac Brutal Forces made Roadblock in Granby. West Coast Creighton and Jerry Agent Valiant play Roadside in Portsmouth. And one of the biggest games of the league. That's when Badside from Mao travel to Peebush to try to end the unbeaten run of Brigadier Stars in Peebush. On the other hand, Brigadier Stars can become the league champion if they can beat Badside. Delvin Esprit reported.
Thank you very much, the league coordinator, Delvin Esprit. The Dominica Grammar School pulled off a 1-goal win over St. Mary's Academy in the lone match Friday in the Sports Division Secondary Schools Football Tournament. Jayan Lockhart and Kalik Prevost got a goal each as the Dominica Grammar School took the match by 2-1. Ian Oscar scored the lone goal for St. Mary's Academy. Meanwhile, in schools netball, the Northeast Comprehensive A team got the better of the Portsmouth Secondary School, 29-20 in the under-20 division. The shooters for Northeast Comprehensive A And Harry Samuel made 17 goals from 23 tries, and Catalina Bugunu converted 14 of her 26 attempts. While for the Portsmouth Secondary School, Stacey Henry made 9 from 13 attempts. Meanwhile, in the under-16 division, the Portsmouth Secondary School beat Northeast Comprehensive B 13 goals to 3. Finally, back to some cricket news. The West Indies head coach, Darren Sammy, says while the injuries to Shama Joseph and Alzari Joseph are big blows to the team, he's confident the West Indies have enough in their bowling attack to push New Zealand. His comments as the West Indies get set for the first test match against New Zealand. The first test match gets underway Monday night, Caribbean time at 6 o'clock.
I mean, over the last 2 years, we've had a bowling lineup that could take you 20 wickets. I think that's the first step. Yes, we are a little bit hindered by, the injury to Alzari Joseph and Shomar Joseph, two of the guys who've been very critical in those aspects of the game where we could bowl our teams. But we got some young blood, eager to go. And before they got here, they were in a 3-week camp in Antigua at the academy, putting in the work and starting to prepare on how we want to play. Yes, from a bowling standpoint, yes, obviously with the batters, that has been a challenge for us, and we continue to, find the different skill set in the personnel that we select to be able to execute the roles. And that's the conversation we continue to have. The way we prepare is all get towards how we want to play. So is marrying those skill set, the preparation, and the confidence required to now transform that into the game. So I'm looking forward to it. When I took on the job, I look at, wow, Australia in the Caribbean, India in India, and then New Zealand. This is probably going to be 3 of the most challenging, test series that I'll have. Anyone would have starting as a coach. So I understand the mission, and we will continue to work towards getting better.
And that's the West Indies head coach, Darren Sammy. Well, Joseph Fadul, is going to be a very interesting series. The West Indies and New Zealand, 2 Dominicans on the West Indies team. Will both play? Will one play? We will wait to see what happens. But Kavem Hodge had a good knock in the match leading up to the test match. One expects Kavem Hodge to be on the West Indies team. And do we see Alec Athanaze? We will have to wait to see what happens. But one is hoping that the West Indies will go out and do well in the test series with New Zealand. It will begin Monday night, 6 o'clock. We wish the West Indies very well as they go out into battle in New Zealand. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. We'll bring you another newscast at 1:15 on behalf of the News and Sports departments and our link person Joseph Fadul, Curtis Matthew saying good morning. Very soon we come up with the insert of the package on DBS Radio.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from MBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the Insert of the Package on your nation station DBS Radio. The Insert of the Package, of course, brought to you compliments of our good friends at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, low tow, credit card and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email at analowprice@gmail.com. A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi.